Sleuth.
I am the eyes and ears of this institution.
Mama don't like tattletales.
Who knows? In 1,000 years, even you may be worth something.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Room for one more, honey.
Today we face the monsters that are at our door.
I think we live in overstimulated times.
I mean, I can play the right one. Yes, we did play the wrong intro. We're supposed to play the good cop one with you and I like being cops. That shit's funny as hell by Ben McMillan. Yeah,
like
I
both
did
of them.
forget to put that one. Huh?
I like them both.
Yeah, I'm going to play it because I don't give a shit. It's my show and I can do it.
Book him, Dano.
I love that. I love what AI thinks that I look like. Dude, I have a quick AI story. I'll just save it for a second. Hi, friend.
What's going on, Molly?
Dude, I'm excited to see you. Hi, chat. And hi, Pilled. We're actually, we're trying Pilled out tonight. We'll see if anybody watches it on Pilled, if anyone gives a shit. But we're always here Friday nights on Rumble and YouTube. And tonight we're on Randy's Rumble. And Randy and I are besties for many years. We met as LAPD cops. And we had whole lives with whole craziness beforehand. You were a Marine and I was a punk rock piece of shit. And somehow we're besties after all these years. So it's kind of rad. And Hey Red Bike, Drum Zombie, a circle of one, holding it down on the Rumble chat. You guys will notice I put brand new emotes in there. And which one was my favorite? This one's going to be hard to see, but it's Hasselhoff when he was all drunk and he was trying to eat the burger. That was kind of my favorite one. Oh, and Pammy, of course, on YouTube. Now I'm seeing all the chats. I'm seeing everything now. Okay, so hi, Pilled. Randy, happy late birthday.
Thank you. Just turned 32.
Again?
32 is 52 in Spanish.
Oh, I see. It's girl math.
Yes.
I noticed that you're wearing an adult shirt today.
My best friend gave this to me.
I just thought you needed something like for dates. I was picturing you like going on a date. So, and I didn't really know what size you are. So if you have it like cut up the back with your like hulking fat sticking out of the back of it, then sorry. That's oh hey, Rod's in the chat too. Hi friend. This has been technologically an odd week for me. I had this great guy on last week, but I was having so many technical difficulties. So you guys will have to tell me if the technical difficulties continue, but I feel like I have unfucked myself a little bit. I had gotten internet, which is like totally not like I am honorary Amish trying to get them to adopt me, but it's not going very well. I think it's all the cursing, maybe, I don't know. And but I got internet and then it would only work like for a few minutes at a time. And my service is like through something called MetroNet, which T-Mobile just bought over. So I'm like learning a lot about Wi-Fi and all this crap. Red Bike says, Randy can't read. Did you go to the Leering Center?
Yes. And Newsom said I can't read, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leave no child behind.
Right.
We'll get into Newsom. But so now I'm plugged in through a cable, but MetroNet is still throttling. Like if I do a speed test, it's like wildly crazy. So I keep calling MetroNet. And then they have blamed everything, Randy. They blamed my old computer. I'm like, this computer is like 7 months old. They blamed like every time you close a window on your computer, you should like clear your cache and all your cookies. They blamed the weather. They blamed like everything. They blamed me being too far from the router. I'm like, it's connected to a plug. I literally bought the plug you told me to buy and all this stuff. So I'm not very happy with MetroNet. So if anybody has Starlink, it might have to be because everybody in my neighborhood, like I put a text out to all the homies, like, hey, what do you guys use and do you like it? And everybody hates who they're with. So I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully, at least, so this is the cheap camera. This is the camera that I sent you.
Oh, okay.
The camera that I'm using now. And so hopefully it's better. And we're trying to class the place up. I still have my Amish screen sharing, but I'm trying not to be overly super annoying. But I'm about to be one of those Karens on the internet going, actually, like this is how stupid it is. Because I'll have internet, and the guy was like, well, you just need to call us when you need to use the internet. Sir, I pay by the month. This is not like AOL dial-up where I have to like, hey, I'm using the internet, guys. Like, this is not how this works.
Jesus.
So, yeah, MetroNet, I'm kind of upset at you. But anyway, enjoy all the new emotes. Okay, I want to talk, because you've been traveling like crazy, so welcome back.
Thank you.
So I want to talk to you about all your travels and like what's going on, especially with all the New York shit going on. And then I'll tell my dumb AI story because apparently I'm trans.
Oh, nice. You're trans. Me too.
Apparently. It's not even that cool. Next time they'll blame the ghost for the internet problems. Hey, Pammy, I'm not going to tell them I have a ghost because then they'll clearly say, you just need to get an exorcism and then call us back tomorrow. Like every single one of these people that I've been on the phone with from MetroNet, like they come up with something new, like all of them. It's this, it's that, it's the other. Like it's not, it's you, bro.
Yeah.
Like the speed test is you. So, but you've been flying a lot.
Yeah, I was on American Airlines. Insane story. 10-hour delay. And they paid it back immediately because I guess Jim Brewer, the comedian from SNL, he had an issue with American Airlines and they didn't want to pay for his whatever went wrong. Maybe somebody in the chat knows exactly what happened. He was flying to Hawaii and something went wrong with his food. I think some pilots displaced him from first class. And he was like, listen, I just want my money back for the first class tickets. So he made a big stink about it. He's like, if you guys are treating me like this, I can only imagine what you're doing to regular people. So I said, can I get some kind of refund or something? They immediately sent me my money back. And they always, it's always some kind of delay or some kind of foolishness. And this time they were like, no, we're going to take care of you. And I think it might have had something to do with him going through what he went through. But that's neither here nor there. I went to New York, went to Virginia. New York is all messed up. I think there was some bread that my sister had to take back Granted, it was some specialized Jamaican bread, but I think it was like 14 or $15. Free is expensive. Like all of this, we're going to do it for free. It's expensive. I wasn't there for the you need 2 IDs to shovel snow, but no IDs to vote. These people. And then there was the snowball fight with we'll get to that in a minute. And Virginia, I saw rednecks fighting hillbillies, and I'm like, I'm on another planet.
I mean, you already said Virginia, so I was already there.
I thought if you were country, you're just country. I didn't know there was another level. Like the guys arguing.
Isn't that weird? Because
Yeah,
I'm from LA, and there's a lot of culture that I thought I knew everyone, and then I moved to the Midwest, and I'm like, holy shit, juggalos are real? Like I didn't know that. And the level of white trash, I had no idea that actually existed.
Yeah. Like if you're country, I just think you're country. I think you have an accent. But then when I met the other guys, the mechanics, this guy just had his zipper wide open. I thought I was at the strip club for.
What strip club are you going to?
It was just God in heaven, and they don't speak English. They're y'all too. Like, what's going on right now? So just good times.
We have Ghost Pepper over on Pilled who says to turn on my stickers. Like, I'm not kidding when I tell you I'm retarded. Like, I screen share by holding up papers to the camera. So that might be above my pay grade. But thank you. He says, if you DM or email the Pilled admin, they can walk you through it. That's the only reason. Like, I've been on Pilled just like showing my thumbnail every week. But they wrote me and they were like, hey, how about you start a channel? And I'm like, why would I do that? So like that's where this all started. So it's like the handicap bus that needs to like dip down to like let people on it. So that's me. I'm just waiting for it to get a little lower so that I can go someplace.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so wait, how many hours were you delayed? Because you're complaining about American Airlines, but that's still not as bad as it was when you were on Spirit trying to meet me in Detroit.
Wasn't that 52 hours that they wanted to?
It was bad.
Yeah, Spirit. Don't fly Spirit. Do not fly Spirit.
And also, fuck you, because I bought a metric shit ton of the most depraved, shitty, like junk food ever, and I was trying to like get my life together that week for whatever reason. And so I'm like sitting alone in this hotel room, and like all I have is like Little Debbie to keep me like company. So it was like, I think I gained like 40 pounds by the time
I do got some weird conspiracy stuff for you though.
Dude,
I get messed up with American Airlines, and immediately on my YouTube, it's pretty much the same situation. I had a conversation with this guy during a debate, and it was the exact subject that we were talking about. And I mean the exact subject. Is jujitsu good if somebody's trying to jump you? I get home and it's on my YouTube, and I'm like, CIA is after me.
I had to look up some piece of farming equipment for work. And now all I get on YouTube is like, now watch me build my electric fence for my chickens. Like, I don't need that. I don't have any chickens, YouTube. Like, you can go out with the fucking electric fences. Thanks. Like, I'm sick of it. And you know what? I was about to leave the fire department tonight, and this little old lady came in, she's sweet as can be, and to get her fire permit for the year. And I gave her a tour of the station and stuff. And we just started talking, as one does, about conspiracy theories, the vaccine, fucking this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. And she is very much a, I wouldn't say leftist, but she's very much into that whole socialism sort of thing. So I had to be a little bit cautious about what I said. But then we started talking about the jab, and she just went off about how wrong it was and that she lost so many people and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, let me tell you a little story. And so I was like, yeah, this is what I saw from behind the scenes with the Biden CARES Act. And anyway, like when she left, I was just like, I wanted to just like be like, no, don't leave. When are we going to do lunch? Like, you can't just leave me. We were like totally making friends. But we had such an interesting conversation. And I mean, she's just like a little old lady. And so AI and like all of this concept of like technology is changing so much. And like, you know, as a little old lady, like, how do you even like, I'm retarded. Like, how would I even function if I was, you know, 80, 90? So today I was on Loser Book, Facebook, and somebody had posted an AI picture of him as a goth guy. It was just totally stupid. It was totally funny. Like, I liked it. And then there's just like a litany of people going like, oh, you shouldn't use AI, blah, blah, blah. Like, listen, it's technology. Like, you know, would you have clutched your pearls in horror like 100 years ago when somebody whips out a ballpoint pen? Like, fuck off. Like, it's just for fun. He's not saying that that's him. He literally says in the thing, this is like the AI goth version of me. So I was like, I got to show a little solidarity to this dude. So I take a picture of me and I go to Grok and I'm like, hey, let's see like the super gothed out version of this picture. And I should have, dang it. I didn't send it to myself. But at any rate, it shows me the absolute trannified version of me. Like, it was like, what? I have like this giant hands and this big, big, broad chest and this big fucking like stomach, like not stomach, but like I had a corset on that was like wider than my tits. And like, it was just like, oh my God, like AI has seen so many dudes in dresses that it just assumes that that's what we all look like. And that was just really upsetting to me. So then I posted on the thing and I was like, I guess I'm a beefy man. Like, everyone thinks I'm a beefy man. It's really fucked. Dude, I did want to share, speaking of the interwebs, so I know I told you guys like a while back as I look for this, what's my name again? Okay, Gmail. I don't know if you can still see me. That's how stupid I am, but that we've been getting a lot of emails, or I've been getting a lot of emails to my fire station email address, my .gov, and of people asking for patches. And I mean, that's pretty common when it comes to firefighter shit. People do collect that kind of stuff. Okay, fine. But I was looking into it, and I think I showed you guys. Okay, I think I can get out of that. So people do collect patches, but these people want 2 patches. And Randy, as a former cop, what does that mean to you?
They're going to put it on a fake uniform, because usually collect 1 patch at a time, and probably pretend that they're a cop or a firefighter or a first responder.
Yeah, that is what it indicated to me. First of all, we don't just hand patches out to people. Like if your grandpa used to work whatever and they wanted a shadow box, yeah, totally, you're fine. But we don't just like hand shit out. And also, like, I'm in Podunk, Midwest now. Like LAPD, I think we didn't hand out patches for one, because we didn't wear shoulder patches like that. But for 2, I just want to show you this last dude, and I think I redacted enough that I'm not going to get in trouble. But they want them. I looked into a few of them. One was some guy who was connected to the IDF. And like, why are you writing Podunk Fire Department from fucking Nowheresville anyway? Like, it's not like LAPD, FDNY. Like, we're not cool like that at all. So, okay. All right. So let me show you. So this one guy wanted a couple of patches and he was allegedly local, blah, 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 blah. And so I did a little deep dive and I didn't have very much to go off of. His email address said, I'm a 13-year-old boy and I love fire departments and I really would love 2 patches mailed to me. here's my address. And I'm just like, okay, well, that sounds sweet enough. And it was a somewhat local address, but I did look it up, the address, and that address is an apartment building. So that's already just like, he didn't give me an apartment number, but it's going to go to an apartment building. So already I'm like, okay. But anyway, that email address, the latest guy, because I think I've gotten like 5 of these requests recently. And there was the IDF guy. There was just a bunch of creeps. But this last one, the email said he's 13 and he just collects patches. But the email address was connected to this YouTube. And so the email address is this YouTube handle. And that email address is this YouTube. And this YouTube started in 2016. So 2016 is like, you're 13 now, but you started a YouTube in 2016.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah. But here's the most concerning part. This is the YouTube page. And it looks like, oh, he's into fire trucks, blah, 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 even though he's had a YouTube since he was a zygote, apparently. So this is the upper banner and the upper banner of the page. But when you zoom in,
Okay.
there's a couple of dead firefighters on the apron of their station. So my sniff test, I think that there's just, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else works for any other fire departments or anything out there. Probably not. But it's just something to look out for in the news. Now, these guys, they were in New York. They were in Minneapolis. They're kind of all over in hotbeds. And then the IDF guy, I don't remember what city he said he was in, but I found his Twitter, which was IDF. So I don't know that we're going to have some kind of event, but I really don't like that. And the thing is, coming from a huge agency like LAPD and now working at, Podunk USA, it concerns me because a smaller department is more apt to feel flattered that somebody gives a shit and like, oh yes, here you go. And here you can drive our fire truck around the block if you like. I can't believe somebody thinks we're cool. So it concerns me that they're writing tiny little agencies that aren't on the map for anything. And what are they going to do with these patches? Like, you see what he thinks about firefighters. And like, this wasn't hard. Like, I'm not using department resources like I did when I was a detective. Like, this is all like publicly sourced shit that this idiot that's a 13-year-old boy that's showing me dead firefighters. I don't know.
That's crazy sauce.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, keep your little eyes peeled for news stories about that. And the thing is like, you could go on eBay and buy patches. And like, we have patches and they don't care if they're like our current patches, old patches. But you can buy patches. So like, why write me? That's like more of a paper trail. Like, I hate being this suspicious, but it's like Joe Rogan said, like, before COVID, like, I just took everything you said for, the gospel, but now I don't even think we went to the moon. Like, it really is real. Like, so, I guess coming from a hellhole, like, I've always been a little bit suspicious of people, but like, I didn't like these patches before this person wrote me with dead firefighters. And now I'm really just like, oh yeah, no.
Yes, that's a weird request and a weird backstory. The whole 3-year-old thing is super, super weird. Like, did his parents start it from, or?
No, bro, I don't think it's a 13-year-old. I think he just thinks that.
Oh no, I know.
Easy. That's a super easy way to get you to be like, to have your defenses down. Because if they wrote me and said, I'm an IDF soldier that likes to protest and I would like to show off 2 of your patches, please. Like, you'd be like, I don't think that's a good idea, sir. I'm a 13-year-old boy and I really love fire departments, especially dead ones that are in front of, like, fuck you, bro. Miss 320 on Pilled. Hi, friend. Has this information been reported so a national advisory memo can be released to every department, extremely cautious, and report any unusual activity? Yeah, Pammy, who do you report it to? Like, because I mean, there were people in Minnesota, New York, if they really are at these addresses. Like, some of the emails that came in didn't even give me an address to mail it to. They just were fishing to see if I would mail them something. And I didn't write anybody back. And they don't have any connection to the department. They just find us online or something.
I kind of wanted to say something to Bammy. It was Bammy who asked that, right?
Yeah.
What I've seen, because I follow the FBI, like when BLM and all that stuff was going on, because there's a bunch of suspicious craziness going on. So many of these agencies are compromised and disgusting, and they already have their agendas that they're like, oh, if you're a school mom, you're a terrorist. But the guy who dropped a pipe bomb, we can't find that guy. And oh, we found him, male white, he's darker than me. So it's just a bunch of weird nonsense with these people.
There's just a lot of weird nonsense out in the world right now. I don't know if there's something in the fucking water, but I think we were going to touch on quickly, just like from the cop's perspective, the whole Mar-a-Lago shooting of that 21-year-old kid that ran across the lawn with a shotgun and a gas can, and how Secret Service had to take him out. That sucks. I mean, you got to feel for the Secret Service that have to go through a shooting and all that investigation and what did you know and what did you see and who is this kid, and then they put up this, like, there were like 2 pictures. This 21-year-old has taken 2 photos in his entire fucking life, and it's like, oh god, not again. Like, not another MK Ultra kid. And they come up with, and it really reminded me of the Kirk kid, whatever, the Tyler Robinson, because allegedly they come up with this text message. Did you see the text message, Randy?
No, I didn't see the text message.
Oh, I should have screenshot it for you then. The text message was allegedly him texting a coworker in like perfect Fed diction with separate paragraphs.
Oh,
like
yes,
one
yes,
big text with like
yes,
paragraphs separating.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the Epstein files, and he says, do you know anything about the Epstein files? We really need to like wake more people up. People need to know that these things are going on and all this stuff. Okay, fine. Let's say that people talk to each other like that. First of all, the Epstein files, like, whoever you're texting, you know them to whatever degree. Because people are saying that this kid's motivation is clearly Epstein files, hates Trump for his handling of the Epstein files. Like, as somebody who was a default Democrat and then was totally like, MAGA, let's go America first. And now I'm kind of black-pilled because of some things that didn't get, I don't know. I can be talked off the ledge. I think Rod in the chat, I think he's he's black hole pilled, and I'm just like dark gray pilled. So, but they're saying that must be his motivation, was the Epstein files. But so, like, if I'm writing a coworker, and if I already am friends with them, like, they already know where I stand on the Epstein files. Like, you don't talk to them. You only bring it up in the text message in a very like staccato, odd, Fed slop kind of way. It just kind of doesn't make sense. And then to say like, oh, have you been looking into the Epstein files? Because, blah, blah, blah. Like, we all have to like get into the Epstein files. And then, okay, fine. That's a very particular kind of person. If they're getting into the Epstein files, then they probably use the fucking internet. And yet this 21-year-old kid, again, has like zero footprints on the internet. And he says to his coworker, we've got to wake more people up. Well, you do that by shit posting. That's like what all of us do. Like, we all shit post. I send everybody every news story, and they send me news stories. And And it's how you wake people up. But he doesn't send the coworker in this chat any information where the coworker could wake up or learn anything more about the Epstein. Like, it just seemed very Tyler Robinson, my love. This is why I did it. Remember when I was etching those bullets and, and all this garbage. And then, of course, the story just died. Like, who's that kid? I don't know. And then, like, there were people saying he was trans, and there were all kinds of, like, stupid photos coming out, which, like, clearly wasn't the same person as, like, the one picture that we thought was him. And I don't know. But there's nothing to see here. We can't talk about that kid anymore. Oh, Rod, you found my Bauhaus emote over on Rumble. Isn't that a good one? I found a bunch of new ones tonight, so we'll try them out. I do love some good emotes. But yeah, but no internet, but he's all over the Epstein files. Like, did they fax them to you, sweetie? Like, this just doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't. In fact, have you been watching Candace's new series?
No, I haven't seen it yet. You were telling me. I think we talked about it a little bit. Blue's Clues.
A fucking asthma attack. I was laughing so fucking hard. I could not breathe. I was losing my fucking mind because she called it Bride of Charlie instead of Bride of Chucky. Because, like, the Bride of Chucky has those, like, fucked up, soulless, like, creepy ice blue eyes and is, like, a murderer and is all fucked up. Like, it was just so stupid. Anyway, I mean, it hasn't been, like, super explosive. But today she was talking about, just speaking of, like, little stupid lies that we're supposed to believe, she was showing, like, an old... fucking Candace is the biggest balls. Like, can I just pay her to be my friend for like 5 minutes? Like, it's just the Bride of Charlie. So, okay. So there's this old interview. So she's kind of like going through Erica's life and her mom Lori's, and like we had talked about that earlier, that Lori had all these LLCs, and there was this whole thing where she was like hiding it in this like Chinese Arizona newspaper and like the whole thing. But in this one particular interview, Erica's talking about her world of pageants, and Erica says, oh, I don't even know who nominated me to be Miss Arizona. I don't know who nominated me. And it's just like, stop. First of all, Candace calls her out. She freaking brought out Erica's whole family tree, Pammy. Yes, she totally did. I mean, shit. Even like Candace is reading some like of the comments, and she's like, I gotta get Candace to investigate me so I can find out who my family was. Like, she's doing such a deep dive. And so Candace shows years of Erica in the pageant world. And Erica's basically saying like, oh, did you always want to be like, no, it's not like I was groomed for pageants. It was just, I don't even know who, but somebody nominated me for this pageant. And like, isn't that crazy? And like, you had been doing it for years, sweetheart. But also, if somebody nominated you, let's say I nominate you for some TV show to come and rehab your whole house and give you the bathroom and kitchen of your dreams or whatever, right? And then somebody comes to you and they're just like, oh, you're going to be on MTV Cribs and we're putting in a hot tub and we're doing all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And like, you make it, like you do it, my nomination, and you do it. And like, you never found out who nominated you. You fucking won. And like nobody ever said, I knew you could do it. That's why I nominated you. Like, it's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. And like Erica's been caught in so many freaking lies.
But Molly, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second. And I don't like Erica. Do you think, and this doesn't lessen it or anything, do you think it's mega church vibes, or do you think it's something more nefarious?
I think one of the things that Candace said that rang really true is that Erica has never dated a normal guy. She's never dated some like 9 to 5 dude. She's never dated a dude that folded t-shirts at the Gap. Like, she's a star fucker. And like, you and I are from Hollywood. So like, we know star fuckers. And so she's looking for status. And like, you can see with her boyfriends that she never had, nothing to see here. Don't worry. I was a virgin before I met Charlie, all that stuff. Right. And it's not like, I mean, like, everybody lies. So that's nothing like crazy. I mean, if anybody did a deep dive on anyone, I mean, people do lie. As somebody who taught lie detection for the Los Angeles Police Department, we all lie. But you do get information more about people's motivation in life when you hear where they're lying. And I don't think that there are like, well, there are some fucking evil people, but there's good people who do bad things, bad people who do good things. It's not like I'm here saying that like Erica needs to be rebuked. But what I do think is super interesting, though, is that there's all these fucking dudes now that are like, we need to do a deep dive on Candace. We need to go all the way back. We need to know who her husband is. Like, for what? Well, you think that like Candace is involved in the shit? The only reason Candace is digging is because you guys are like, there's nothing to see here. Move on. It was Tyler Robinson. We just had a furry got lucky. He had the Superman strength and like all this crap. And like, all she's saying is like, that it doesn't really make sense. Like, I don't believe that. And then you contradicted yourself on that. And that can't be. And like, all she's doing is asking questions. And the thing, like, and we were cops for a long time. Curious cat. I don't know what a cookie is. This is how retarded I am, but you gifted me a cookie, and that's my first cookie in my whole life. I'd say my whole life, but actually I have a whole thing of cookies. Listen, when you become a firefighter, horny housewives and baked goods. So I may allegedly have a thing of cookies that I might have said, I'm going to take them to ice rescue training tomorrow, and I might have already ate 6 of them. But this is my first cookie, and I'd eat that too. So thank you for that. Cookie is a baked disc of sweetened dough. I'm learning so much. Thank you, chat. That's very nice of you. Thank you. But so, like, I get why Erica would lie.
Someone wrote that in this.
Guess who?
Was it Abby?
It was Circle of One, of course.
That's so funny.
So I get why she would lie about like how like I don't drink and I never dated, and it's just like roll the tape. I get that because she's trying to seem like, you know, like, have you ever had a friend who like changes their entire personality to date somebody? I mean, like, I think we've all known people like that. It's kind of sad and pathetic, but I think in order to get the basketball dude that she wanted to be with, like, she had to be sporty. And in order to get that dude, she had to be on Amazing Race. And in order to get Charlie Kirk, she had to play the whole like trad wife, like, who, me? I've never had a sip. Like, and I think that's just like, it's all part of it. But imagine like being Charlie Kirk, like, okay, if you're the basketball dude and you find out that your girlfriend lied about being into basketball to be with you, you probably wouldn't be as like horrified, disgusted, and pissed as finding out that your sweet Jesus loving wife was a hoe bag.
Yeah. But here's my thing with
I say hoe bag as lovingly as possible.
Here's my thing with her though. Her friend is the public. You're my friend. I can't tell you, oh, Molly, remember when I had a Lamborghini? You never had a Lamborghini. I love cats, Molly. No, you don't. As long as I've known you, you're a dog person. So doesn't she know better than to be lying to the public? I mean, like,
but I mean, as somebody who interrogated criminals for a living, like, wouldn't you know not to lie to the police. Like, I already have the video. I already talked to the lady at the bus stop. I already have your fingerprints. I already have your DNA. I think, and there used to be in my interrogation room, there was some kind of plaque in there that says, like, no man is smart enough to be an apt liar or something. Like, if you tell the truth doesn't change. But when you're doing all this nonsense, and I get it, it's for a means to an end. All lying is a means to an end. Like I used to do in my interrogation class, I would wear like these pants that were like way too tight. And I would ask the class, like, okay, so let's just get to know everybody. Like, who's been married the longest? And you find the guy who's been married for like 30 years, and you go stand in front of him and you're like, okay, class, I just want you to watch his face because he's about to lie to y'all. And I would stand in front of him. I would push my stomach out. It was really obvious that my pants were too tight, and be like, do I look fat in these pants? And then you would see the, you look good. It's just like, and that's not even like, I wasn't on the grassy knoll. Like, he's just like, but you have to lie because it gets you to, wherever. So I don't know. Okay, we got to go back to Pilled. Hi, Pilled. Ghost Pepper gifted a cookie. My second cookie. This is very exciting. I have 2 cookies, one for each butt cheek. I am quite happy with this. And Lily 2417 gifted the can. Cookies and cans and other things are a show of appreciation. We buy them with gold pills. We either purchase or collect when they are released at the end of shows. This is how retarded I am, Lily. So thank you for explaining that situation to me. I did see some gold pills. I am new to Pilled. I'm not new to this planet. I'm just like new to technology. So if you could come over later, I've got a can of chili and a can opener, and I just cannot figure it out. So if you could help me with that, like, Randy, and you're even technologically more retarded than I am.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't figure out the camera you sent me.
Well, it has a USB, so you have to have a computer to plug it into. But we'll work on that. We'll get you a computer, bro. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see where this whole thing goes with Candace and Erica. Bro, I have to roast you a little. Only because, like, I'm just slightly less technologically retarded than you. Because I bought a refurbished Dell on Walmart.com. So I feel like I'm a tech wizard. Yeah, don't forget to release the treasure chest at the end on Pilled. Kate would always forget. I don't even know what that is, Pammy. Why are you blowing my mind right now? I'll have to figure that out. You really need stickers. Most of us speak in GIF. Dude, I agree with you, Ghost Pepper. I don't know what stickers are, but I am an emote girl on Rumble. I do different emotes every week, dependent on who I'm talking to or what the hell we're talking about. And so I believe that GIFs are my love language. So I have to figure out the sticker thing. And Big Hair Tsunami made some stickers of us being retarded. I think you're snickering like that dog from the cartoon.
So mine is a selfie of me?
There's stickers of you, Randy. There are.
Special needs.
And that's what's so funny about you, like, being on your cell phone right now, is that literally I could be like, oh, Red Bike's in the chat and says, Randy, fuck yourself. Like, you would have no idea. Penny says she hates your shirt. Oh, yeah, okay. I bought you that shirt. So she didn't say she hates that shirt. She says you need one in every color. Stickers are a type of meme language used here on Pilled. Yeah, I think there were some stickers at some point because I used to use my sister's Pilled. And so my sister is the Kate Awakening, and she had a Pilled thing that she would bestow upon me. I could use her Pilled channel for a while, but now the training wheels are off, and it's just me and my retarded bestie.
I have a question for the Pilled individuals. Is it like red pilled, black pilled, purple pilled? Is it even blue pilled?
Well, it's red and blue pilled. But so when you're on pilled, if you like something, you red pill it.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
if you don't like something, then you Karen it the fuck up with a blue pill. And then you yell upstairs to have your mom bring you another Hot Pocket, I think is how that works. Which is funny because like some of the shows, I mean, because we've been doing this like a year and a half or something, I guess. And I just started making clips of shorts because a lot of people don't like a whole 2-hour format. That's cool. I get it. TikTok brain, delayed gratification is too much for this world. Everybody wants instant gratification. Dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. So I've been making shorts, and it's like the first time that we're getting like thumbs downs on them. And like we all have dumb algorithms that send us off and give us stupid shit. And I just can't even imagine being like, I completely reject that. Thumbs down. But people do. And that doesn't like, we were cops. Like, if you don't like me, cool. See you tomorrow. Like, I just like, okay. But.
Yeah, because a short, you might say, these girls are crazy. And then the people watching are, that guy's a misogynist. He just said women are crazy. And it's taken completely out of context. They used to do that with Charlie Kirk videos. Like, they take just a tiny piece of what he was saying. He doesn't think black people should be pilots. He never said that. He said, it comes into your mind, are you a DEI hire or did you earn it? And you actually put that in my mind by your. And if you cut that into a short, people will be like, oh, look at this guy. He's a sellout. He's talking about black people shouldn't be pilots.
Yeah, so that happened to me on, I don't know if it was Rumble or YouTube, where I put the shorts up. And I was talking about, so Candace Owens was talking about Erica Franzvi's mom, Lori, set up this LLC, and she's got all these fucking weird LLCs, and like she's got all these like weird people that she's like in bed with and LLCs. And as part of making an LLC, you have to put it in a newspaper. We want, Randy's asshole LLC. And what the LLC does is we share pictures of Randy's asshole. And you have to put that in. We're already out of business. Nobody wants that. But you have to put it in a newspaper, in a public newspaper, as some kind of like official notification to the world that you're about to be in business. And like, if you were starting something up that you wanted to be a legitimate business and you wanted customers, you'd probably want it in a big newspaper. But Erica's mom was putting it in this totally obscure, microscopic Chinese newspaper in 2017. So this is weeks ago. And so Candace had said, we need that newspaper. Like, we need to know what kind of business this was. Like, we see the LLC, but there would be a description, and it's not on the internet, and it wasn't like a business. Like, what kind of shell companies are going on here? Because she was working for the DOD at the time and doing all this like shit with, drones and whatever. And so who has this obscure Chinese newspaper? So I posted that, Rumble, YouTube, I don't remember where. And this dude like came for me in the comments and was like, the Chinese communist, it's the Chinese communist. Like, I just like chill. It was about a newspaper and an LLC. Like, it didn't like, we're on the same team, dude. But it didn't actually have anything to do with everything. You're so close-minded. Like, okay, like you're the one that took a 2-hour show and decided me talking about a Chinese newspaper had to do with communism. Like, it's good luck, sir. Yeah, it's just really odd. I mean, because I watch a lot of like smaller, well, maybe not anybody as small as us, but I watch smaller channels and stuff too. It would never occur to me to be like, oh, she can't get her camera together, I'm gonna dislike that. It's just like, Karen country.
Yeah, it's I feel like we're talking to our friends. It's Friday night, and you and I are just talking about what's going on. And the chat's talking back to us and making fun of,
Yeah.
you don't know what a cookie is. I wish I had some cookies.
Circle of One says that we need to get hip on the pilled lingo, and then he posts bussin' the Rizzy Yeats.
I know Riz Game. I think.
Yeah, I know what all of that means, but
Oh, you
that
do?
would never come out of my mouth. Yeah, like bussin', and like if you got Riz, you know. Okay. Can't wait for the New York Times article on Randy's asshole. You see what I started?
Thanks.
I'm already selling photos. I don't even have the photos yet, and I'm already making side deals.
Got me in a gay porn scandal. And I just want to talk politics.
It could have been straight assholes, but I didn't. You're the one who made it gay.
It's true. It's true.
Okay. Well, all right. So let's talk about speaking of gay, Gavin Newsom.
Hey.
And this whole situation in Atlanta. I wanted to ask you your your take on it. So he says, first of all, I am uneducated, and proudly so. I was a solid C student, but like Charlie Kirk, I was in the GATE program, and then I decided I was going to be a punk rocker instead of seeking higher education. So as a teenager, I joined a punk band and shared a bed with some loser and just lived the Hollywood dream. So I have to admit that when he said that he only got a 960 SAT score, I fully admit, I was like, well, that sounds high. Like, is it out of 1,000? Like, this is where I thought. But apparently it's low. But that's not really the point of the story. The point of the story is he was like, hey, Black people, I'm just like you. Fucking retarded, am I right? Like, what? Because that news story, were you still with your family when that news story came out?
No, when you told me to look into it, I think I was here and I decided to do homework on it, like look into it. So I watched the video of him saying that he's like, I'm not smart. I'm just like you guys. I'm just like Black people. I can't read. Like, you'll never see me reading a speech. And then, because I'm researching it, he's talking to two white people, and he tells one of them, man, your book is so easy to read. I read, like, I think 260 pages in an hour and a half. So for white people, he can read, and for Black people, he's retarded, just like me. It's like, really?
Yeah.
And what's insulting about it is I just assume you people are stupid.
Right. He assumed that everybody there was 960. And then it didn't even like, I think he was sort of reading the room at that time and was like, oh, I didn't go low enough. I mean, like, if you got a 940, like, I'm not going to, say anything bad about that. It was like,
well, whatever idiots were there, they laughed. And the host was also laughing. And I get it. He's the governor or whatever. And you're like, oh, it's so cool that he's here. But you don't realize he's insulting you. It's kind of like you're not smart enough to get IDs. You and I were cops for together more than 20 years. I think I met maybe 3 people out of all the IDs I ever asked for. I've gotten IDs out of, someone got arrested. And you know the little yellow envelope thing that they're changing and all that stuff? He was using that as his wallet.
Yes, his wallet, yeah.
And he had his ID in there. And you had to be extreme, and I mean homeless, crazy, just came out of the hospital to not have an ID. Everyone had an ID.
Yeah, because how else are you going to function or do anything?
Or get your, yeah.
Yeah, it's all of it. It's like the, poor kids are just as talented as white kids. Like it's just like all of it. Like, this is how the Democrat Party thinks of people. And I just can't believe, like, you have all these Karens, like, willing to, like, rev their engines at ICE officers over bullshit. But, like, he says something that's so objectively racist, like, just face value, just, like, gross.
What-
And
what
like
I real-
nobody cares.
What I see with liberals and leftists is they actually have to be told that the person is being racist. Because I've heard Biden say stuff where I'm like, are you kidding me? Latinos are more culturally diverse than Black people. Black women stack these shelves. Vote for me or you ain't Black. Black people aren't smart enough to get IDs. That doesn't scream racism to somebody listening to that. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Jake over on Rumble says the Democrat Party thinks Black people don't know how to get IDs. Do you remember that one kid who did the who did the video of like the laptop on the floor and like he was like trying to open it like he was like a caveman or something? That shit was so funny. It's so gross that, and even like State of the Union address, which I do want to get into with you.
Oh, I did want to say one more thing about that. So if they're talking to you like Democrats, right? Well, here's our fiscal plan and here's our infrastructure plan. For me, it's, look, Cardi B is twerking. Aren't you happy about that? Or hot sauce, or let's get some rappers out here. I think it was Buttigieg. He had his hat to the back and he had like a beer and what are you guys doing? You think you think I'm voting for that? I'm voting for lower my gas prices and a gallon of milk.
But so why do you think that they're not like dealt with? Like, why do you think that people are not freaking out over them? Why we're still talking about very fine people on both sides and not anything to do with, I just have regular things.
This binary. It's because of the binary. So they're thinking, I can either vote for these guys who think I'm stupid or for these guys who are racist. So the whole binary is, so you have two neighbors, two single male neighbors. One will go on a date with you no matter what. And the other one wants nothing to do with you. So you're like, that might be a bad example. That's a bad example. I think they just take our vote for granted. You're going to vote for me no matter what. I'm not giving you anything. Republicans are like, you're not going to vote for me, so we're not going to give you anything. So we're just caught in the middle of, we get nothing.
But I also just hate that pandering, though. Like, why not just tell me what you're going to do instead of like finding an angle to like get a vote out of it? And so that's part of the State of the Union address that I didn't like. So I think we'll get into that because I think I sided with the left on something and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you need to talk me off the ledge. But first, let me see what Jake said. I saw an interview of people going to Colombia and they didn't know the difference between a man and a woman. And then they asked Black people in Harlem and Black people knew precisely. Yeah, but it's just the people going to Colombia, they know. They just can't say it. Because this like reality thing is like, it's the emperor wears no clothes. Like, don't tell him that he's fucking that he's naked, that he's like, he has the finest coat of the finest gold thread. Can't you see it? They know.
Some of it is also because we vote in a monolith and we also look at each other. Oh, the police killed a doctor that's Black and they killed a crackhead who's Black. Oh, they're killing Black people. It's like, no, they're not killing Black doctors. They're killing, you ran out of a gun store and you robbed the place and you're waving your gun around, you get shot. Oh, look, they're killing all of us. Someone had said online, we're the only ones who run towards our villains. Meaning, like, if one of us is bad, we're like, oh my God, that poor guy. White people are like, no, that was a white trash or a trailer park or whatever. And I'm not insulting anybody, but it seems that way. In reality, we're actually not like that. When I watch these videos and whatever color's doing something bad, it embarrasses me. I was talking to my ex, she's Mexican, and she said, no, we've got our dirt bags too. And Molly, you've seen your dirt bags, and everyone's got them. It's just their assumption is just, oh, black people don't know any better.
I guess the difference is maybe culturally, as a white person, I don't look at a white person shoplifting or speeding or winning the Nobel Peace Prize and feel connected to that person.
Right.
I don't feel connected to a lot of people, but like, I think it's interesting because even in some of these like dumbass groups that I'm in on Facebook, people have this idea that if you are goth, that means this, that, and the other. And they're like constantly checking your like goth ID card, like, oh, you're not goth enough or whatever. And it's just like so stupid. And I have to really like hold back from just being like, bro, like you're literally buying my old records that I turned in at the fucking like record store. Just stop your nonsense. But
Molly, I wanted
there's
to
not
clarify.
like a solidarity there. I don't care if you're white, if you're goth, if you're if you're a roller skater, if you have bunnies, like any of the metrics that I fit, like it doesn't mean that you and I are the same.
Well, you and I are not absolutists. Like, there's cops where I'm like, that guy's a complete dirtbag, and there's some criminals where I'm like, oh, that guy's kind of got some honor. And the stuff I'm saying is not for black. The thing with black people is, if you want to be honest, we actually have like little tribes. Normal black people see crazy black people doing stuff, and we're like, what the hell are those guys doing? And a lot of people don't realize that about us as black people. And the same with white people. Like, I saw a white guy get crazy on a plane during my flights back and forth, and a bunch of women got solidarity. And it was he cursed at one white woman. He was a white guy. No solidarity between the white people. And it was a bunch of black women who backed the white girl. And it's so funny. It was pretty much the same as what you're talking about with what you're about to start talking about with Ilhan Omar. They're screaming at the top of their lungs, and I'm so friggin' embarrassed. These men ain't doing nothing, and this poor woman is getting yelled at. It's like, I'm not getting in a fist fight on American Airlines and getting thrown on a. Can I just get off the plane? Would that be
Fist
okay?
fights are for spirit.
Yeah.
I paid American money.
My point is, we're not a monolith. That's my whole point.
And it's really interesting because, like, to say, like, oh, well, there's so many flavors of Latino, and I don't remember who it was that said that. But like, you're black, but you're from Trinidad. Like, you're not African American, but yet people are like, oh, yeah, Randy's African American. Like, no, he's not. He's from Brooklyn. He's like, it's just so dumb. So Texas has some serious rednecks, toilets in the yard and the whole 9 yards. I might need some toilets for my yard. I got to figure out how I'm going to decorate it. And maybe toilets is the answer. Between the Yankees and the I can't read under his name, Joe Black is that right. Those are Jason. So Randy's, you're not really a sporty guy. We've talked about this many
I'm a
times.
native, not a fan.
But
I,
you are.
I couldn't name one person on the Yankees, or pretty much any sports team.
Was Babe Ruth a Yankee?
Yeah.
I don't know either. I think he might have been a White Sox or a Red Sox.
Maybe, probably.
I don't know. Yeah, this is going to devolve real quick if we try to talk sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, I don't want to make this about me, but I was racially profiled the other day, and I just need you to know. I was in line at Arby's. Don't judge me. You eat just as shitty as I do.
Taco Bell.
And I ordered my healthy meal. No. And I go and I pull up, and he doesn't offer me any sauce. No. I don't know if that's because I'm white.
think so.
Or it could have been because he was high as hell. But of course, if I noticed that he was high as hell, then that's racist. Like, no, he was high as hell. And I didn't get any sauce. And I had to eat my sandwich dry. And I don't know if you remember that Babe Ruth was from the Red Sox. He got traded to the Yankees. See? We were both right.
And horribly wrong.
And yeah, I don't know where that went, but I was racially profiled and I need compensation. Oh, do you remember when I went on that date and the guy ate dry Arby's and I thought that he was a sociopath because who eats their Arby's dry? I ate Arby's dry last week, but it wasn't my fault. I wanted sauce, just was not given to me. Dead to me, Arby's.
It's
Now I have to get on Facebook and talk about Arby's and get all Karen about Arby's. Okay, let's talk about the State of the Union. Speaking of assholes.
yes.
I asked for extra sauce. I actually have a plethora of Arby's sauce packets in my refrigerator right now from other sandwiches that I did not use the full amount of sauce packets. But I was eating it like a hog in my car and couldn't go home. Does anyone, have you ever, I already know the answer to this because I already know you. Have you ever brought fast food home and then like ate it at home?
Oh, you're talking to me? Or are you asking the chat?
You have?
Oh, yeah, it's cold. It's always a little too cold. And it's like, should have ate it in the car.
You didn't? I thought I knew you. Fucking dead to me. Really?
Oh, yeah, it's disgusting. Like, the AC is blowing
Yeah.
out. It cools down just enough to be. Ugh. Now it's
Arby's curly fries when they're lukewarm? No. Here's the thing. When I leave the drive-thru, they know I'm a fat fuck and that I'm going to like mac this shit immediately. And I don't want to take my first bite. And so I'm like kind of secretly like opening the bag and getting it ready as I leave the drive-thru line. But I don't want to like bite into it while I'm still like on their property. So then when I pull onto the street, I'm like, I don't know if I'm the only one that does that I don't want them to know that I'm eating the food that I bought from them. And I don't know why that is, why I do that.
Well, I have cop trauma from the dirty car, the filthy keys, and the homeless person I just searched. And my partner's like, let's get some fries and some pizza and some other finger food. It's like,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So even my civilian car, it's the same thing. Like, your hands was on money and you shook somebody's hand and you picked your own nose.
And they're like, oh, I can't pop my straw through the top. I better use my hobo pen to pop that in there. Randy, tell everybody what a hobo pen is.
It's the pen you let homeless people sign their, well, I'll keep it simple, their tickets with. And then you stuck yours on your window, right?
Fuck yeah. That shit's not going to be in my pocket in my uniform where I have to touch it. So you put it underneath the windshield wiper.
Right. Didn't that help you with COVID, though?
All of that.
Seeing all that contamination made you realize you guys are full of crap. Like, you're giving me change or a pen to sign this, but I'm wearing my mask. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Because they would have like the bucket of clean pens and like the bucket of like not clean pens.
Right. Cross contamination.
Yeah. No doubt you guys are really cleaning them up or buying new ones each time. And like, even if you bought a pack of new pens, like some other slave from another country that had to like make those in a thing that was like coughing on them and put them in a bag, like shit's dirty. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I still like, there's still people in my life that I know that are like, do you have any hand sanitizer? Like, no. Why would I have hand sanitizer? I don't understand hand sanitizer. I still don't. If you kill a mosquito on your arm, do you leave it there? I mean, it's dead, but it's still on you. That's hand sanitizer. You might have killed those germs, but it's still on you. Go wash your fucking hands if you feel dirty. Savages. Don't you carry hot sauce in your purse like Hillary? Listen, Rod, step into my office. I am white and bananas are too spicy for me. So no, I don't have hot sauce in my purse.
She was trying to relate when she was murdering people.
Bitch, I just one day, maybe like while she's doing these like Epstein hearings, like, okay, Hillary, this next question, could we see the hot sauce in your purse? Oh, you only brought it for that one interview? Yeah, that's what we thought. She doesn't have hot sauce in her purse. Dr. King marched against not giving people sauce at Arby's.
When did the chat become this funny? Like, they're more comedic than
these boys are totally roasting me.
Oh God.
That's what all sociopaths say. No, this guy was a sociopath that I went on a date with. He didn't blink for 4 hours. It was really concerning. And
maybe looking at you.
Nobody wants to look at me 4 hours straight. Just put that out there. Hobo Pen is a good punk band name. Sometimes I do get that with Taco Bell and Chipotle before the CEO stated he was going to raise prices to rip off his customers. I like that Arby's gyros. I like them Arby's gyros. I just get the classic. I don't want that squeezed cheese on it. I'm not a fan of that. I did have a good Mexican pizza at Taco Bell the other day. Listen, there's a reason I don't weigh $120 anymore. That's all I have to say about that.
Squeezed cheese is my favorite. You're dead to me.
Squeezed. Don't cops get free food at diners and things like that so they can stop by and keep an eye on things? Randy, you want to answer that one?
We used to, and you're absolutely correct. It was so, there's a police presence. But the scumbag, dirtbag media and a certain political party and a certain lean destroyed that for us when they said, oh, cops are bad this month. And that ICE is bad this month. And that jeans are bad this month. So not anymore. A lot of cops getting that stuff spitting. Maybe in normal neighborhoods. Maybe.
I don't. That's what's so weird is like, when I was a cop, if somebody came to the front desk and like that little old lady that brought the cookies in today, how many minutes before that lady or after that lady left would those like cookies be in the trash if she brought them to the front desk of Hollywood Station?
Oh, immediately.
Immediately. Because you don't want anybody to accidentally eat one. Right. You're not going to like set it there and like somebody accidentally grabs one. Like you would never.
Right.
But now that I'm a firefighter and like every horny housewife in America is like, you're a firefighter? As they hold their tray. Hold on, let me get the tray for visual effect. Where are my cookies? Oh, they're in my purse. You don't have a tray of cookies in your purse?
Oh wow.
I already ate a lot of them. Anyway, the women usually come in and hi, yeah, we just wanted to give some cookies to the firefighters. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. We'll enjoy these. Oh, cookies. I love me some cookies. Oh, you're a firefighter? Yeah, and I sure love cookies. Thank you. Are the boys here? Listen, if you only made cookies for the wieners, like you could tell. They smell nice too. But as a firefighter, these cookies, I got no problem eating these cookies. because I know that nobody put anything creepy in them. Cop cookies? I'm not eating cop cookies.
Molly, I have a story about it's a pretty disgusting story. So some cops went to a foster care, and some of the guys there were like, "Oh man, it's nice that you cops are here." And they meant it as like no one cares about us, like no one comes and checks on us. And one of the guys goes, "You know what? We're gonna have a pizza party with you guys this Friday. We'll come back and we'll bring you guys pizza." The cops go and they get I don't know, 4 or 5 pies for the kids. They bring them back to the foster place, and later on, there's a guy who works at the pizza place. He comes back and he said, "Oh, some cops came in and I spit in all of their pizzas and did all kinds of disgusting stuff to their pizzas. Where'd you guys get these from?" And no, he didn't say where'd you get them from. He said he looked around and he was like, "Well, we just had pizza tonight."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is part of my weird, like, I don't want them to know that I'm eating it, like, in case they, like, piss in it. And when I went to Arby's the other day, this one time at band camp, this one time at Arby's, he was like, "Oh, can you pull up?" The guy that was high as hell was like, "Can you pull up?" And they play that whole game because corporate has a little like sensor and they want to know like how quick the drive-through is. So when your food's not ready, they make you pull up so that the timer stops. That's what that whole fucking thing is about. So then you have to sit there and wait for some motherfucker to walk all the way through and come and bring you your bag to your door because the timer has stopped. So they get credit for serving you in 2 nanoseconds. And usually when they go like, "Oh, can you pull up?" "Oh, how come?" And like, I'll just play stupid and like make the timer go. I'm like, "Fuck you, just make my food." Anyway, so it's some other kid who comes to bring me my food. And this one isn't high as hell, but there was something a little bit off about him. And he was like, "We made these fries especially for you." And I'm like, thinking like, "Oh, what they do in them?" Like, it wasn't enough time that they both jerked off on him, but I still think there could have been something suspicious.
Yeah.
I still ate them. I ate all of them. So,
Sounds good.
yeah, I too have Taco Bell hot sauce packets. Hey, Curious Cat over on Pilled. If you go to the grocery store, the regular store, in the like sauce aisle, they have Taco Bell hot sauce mild in the bottle. So that's pretty good. You put it in your purse like Hillary, although she probably had like Cholula or some bullshit. And Matt 1776, you're the one who wrote me and said, "Get your shit together." And I was like, "I'm trying." He's like, "Molly, you got it to work." Yeah, I'm as surprised as you. I'm trying. Oh, and I wanted to say, Jake, don't cops get free food? Like LAPD, we were not allowed to accept any gratuities, like at all. And like every once in a while, like 7-Eleven would give you free coffee if you came in. But then if you wanted a bag of chips, like you paid for the chips, but they would give you free fountain drinks and free coffee, I think.
Integrity check.
Yeah. But then I got to Grand Rapids Police Department here in Michigan, and those rat fucks you'd get free McDonald's at their drive-thru, and my training officer every fucking morning, "Take me by McDonald's. Oh, I'll get 3 of this and blah, blah, blah." And it's like some like 17-year-old kid is working that drive-thru, and like you're making real money and he's handing you free food. Like, how do you think that the community feels about us, that we're like driving every morning? You're getting free food every fucking morning. Like, first of all, I came from a little bit of an old school mentality where you're supposed to like eat and put on your makeup and do all your shit before you get to work. Like, your employer doesn't owe you your morning routine. So like, get your food before work. And like, it's McDonald's. You can't like bust out $5 before work.
Well, another issue is some cops would go friggin' food shopping if you're giving them free stuff. Like there was this one place, there's a restaurant called Happy Ending. and they would feed the cops for free. And there was one guy, you know, you
Did they
keep it.
take it in the back like Arby's? Just pull up. We made
keep
this
it-
especially for you.
You keep it kind of. I'll get some rice and chicken or something normal. This guy would go in there, give me a steak and a lobster and something to go, and it's like, what are you doing? You're an embarrassment to the rest of us. And they were just trying to be nice. Well, not trying to be nice. I think the person who wrote in the chat, you do want a police presence there. Like, I think it'd be much worse having people fist fighting in your restaurant than having some cops doing way too much concern on food.
Yeah, but I just even if you go to like a little taco place or something, you know, it's like that movie, like, can I get a hamburger? It's for a cop. Like, wait, what? What? Why? You just, I don't know. Like, I'd rather just like buy a bag of bullshit that was made in a factory than know that there's somebody in the back. It was like, do you remember that Denny's on Sunset Boulevard? We arrested that guy for DV, and like, one, he had AIDS and he was a chef, so he's probably bleeding all over everybody's everything. But he fucking hated the police, and it's like, and he's the chef. Like, who the hell knows what he's doing back there?
Oh, Molly, you had to tell the chat that we haven't been cops in years. So it's not like we're talking about 2020. Or maybe
We were, it was the good old days.
yeah. We're like normal people didn't hate
Someone
it.
says Taco Bell is the opposite of a happy ending. Rod says Montezuma's Revenge. It's an ending in the toilets. Taco Bell is the destroyer of assholes. I must be the human garbage disposal because no problem. I could eat that shit 3 meals a day and be good.
I
You
live on the
boys-
toilet.
Your bloodline is weak. You're not going to make it.
It's not my bloodline that's weak. It's behind me.
That's why we're selling pictures of it on the internet.
Not after I have Arby's.
Curious Cat says, in LA, you can't arrest anyone. Dude, you're not kidding. So
not
we
kidding.
were both there during was it 2012, 2016, when they did Prop 47, Prop 57, and AB 109. I don't know. That's what they wanted. And
Who said that? Who was the person that said that?
Curious Cat over on Pilled.
Curious Cat. There was this. You could go shoplift up to $900 and something. And I asked the lady one time, I go, how come you don't take more? She said, this is all I can carry. And she was stealing, I think it was 2 shopping carts. And after I was a cop, I was working security, and I would stop these people from stealing. And they were like, that's not what you're here for. You're here to protect the girls that are working here. It was a CVS. Here's the thing. They would go sell the food that they stole, get high. I get free food at that one place where all those girls work at. So now you have this high person touching on all these little 23-year-old, 24-year-old girls. Now I have to fight them. When instead you could have just, I don't know, not been lawless. So.
Yeah. Even here in Michigan, we have a shithole motel and a nearby grocery store. And the shithole motel has a bar in it. And if you go steal enough booze from the grocery store, they'll give you a free room for the night. So there's that.
You can trade the booze to the hotel? Wow.
Yes, sir.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's disgusting.
And so I'm just picturing like, oh, well, I only need live room for a couple hours. Let's just take a couple swigs off of this thing. Here you go. Could I get... They don't care. When I worked LAPD Vice, one of the stupid bean counting bullshit things we used to do was to check adulterated beverages, which is going into a bar and swirling the drink around in a light and seeing if there's too many flies inside of it.
Whoa.
And so one of the things that we would look for is those little like tops that you stick in it that's got the little spout on it. And usually they've got a little flapper, like a semi-truck exhaust thing. And when those flappers fall off or get broken, then the flies those are just to keep the flies out. So they can still lick all that booze off the top of the spigot. I hope we don't have any like OCD people, because you and I are probably the most like. Anyway, you let them have so many flies. You like enough. So many flies are acceptable.
So to the question that was asked, I just told you about shoplifting. We chased a stolen car, and the kids who stole the car were leaving before my partner and I, which I can report on it. And one of the kids goes, "Good night, officers." So it's not just New York. I mean, LA, it's New York and Chicago and all these places where they're like, "You're just arresting that guy because he's purple." No, I'm arresting him because he chopped a lady's head off. You just hate purple people. So it's all that.
Yeah. So on Pilled, Artist 61, I'm in Michigan, Genesee County. Okay, I haven't been here that long, so you have to like show me on the mitten where you are. Because in California we don't have that. I think it would be like a rotten banana, and then you'd have to like show me where in California you are. But in Michigan, because it's shaped like a mitten, people show you where they're from. Genesee County, I'm not sure exactly. I don't know where that is. I'm in the Lansing area now. Show me on the mitten where you're from. I want one of these fucking cookies. Oh, and they're talking about Del Taco in the chat. What do you get from Del Taco?
What do I get?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. So there's no Del Tacos in Lansing. There's one in Detroit, but I think Genesee County, is that near Detroit? Or that's Wayne County? Molly, is that some weird sex toy? Listen, you fucker. I'm working on the best basement, and these things are going to be the handles to a cabinet. You just don't have the artistic.
I think he does, or
something or other. I was going to use a French word, but I don't know any French words. But yeah, the Works burrito. Oh, the green bean and cheese burrito with secret sauce. You got to get the secret sauce. They might make you pull up for it, but it's worth the wait. Del Taco was always my 2 a.m. drunk food on the way home from the bars. Dude, after Helter Skelter, we would go over to Del Taco on Santa Monica and Highland, and me and the drag queens, and we would just tear that fucking place up. Just like, I gotta get some more. And every night. In fact, I was thinking about that the other day because I won't dime him out, but there's somebody who's now a quasi-celebrity that came over, and he was trying to talk to us because we were all dressed up from the club. He was trying to talk to us, and I was like, "Your fly's open. You can see your weenie." And I think he was upset about that because he was trying to like act so cool to like come over to a bunch of like club kids, and I was like, "You see your weenie." Doner kebab is the ultimate drunk food, like Donner Pass, doner kebab. I don't even know what that is. We don't have Del Taco. We have Qdoba. I think Qdoba is good. You know what I miss about California? Not that I would come back. Fucking Baja Fresh. Baja Fresh has this salsa. And it's the brown chipotle salsa, and I want it in a motherfucking IV drip. That shit. I'm drooling right now.
Good times.
Don't hurt people and don't steal their stuff. I assume is what you're saying, Chops. Very simple, but no one seems to be teaching that anymore. Yeah, honestly, when people wanted to defund the police, and like Randy and I, we were cops in a different time, but like, yeah, put me out of business. Like I can go fold t-shirts at the Gap. Like I don't need this job as much as you need me to have this job. But unfortunately, it's like with the gangsters, it's like, well, if you'd stop fucking around, like I wouldn't have to drive down your street. Like it's kind of simple. Like you go where the dots on the map keep popping up. And if you guys keep fucking around, then there's more dots on the map and I got to keep driving on the street.
Did you see what happened with the budget after these tards said defund the police? Did you see what they cost? The budget went way up. Like,
yeah, well, it has to.
Dummies.
It has to, and much like many things on the left, is like it's so myopic and they're not really understanding. If you defund the police, like the police get worse. And I'm not saying that like if you pay me money, I won't commit crimes. What I'm saying is when like in 2012, the average California welfare recipient made $65,000 a year in benefits. Well, LAPD was hiring P1s for $43,000 a year to wake up at 3 a.m. and be called a fascist. Or, right this way, sir, you can smoke weed on your couch and play video games for $65,000. 43, fascist, getting shot at. 65, video games and bitches. So when you lower the amount that you're willing to pay these officers, you're getting a lot more applicants, but you're not getting a lot of quality applicants because quality people are like, fuck that, I'll be an electrician with my brother, or I'll go do HVAC or whatever. So then you're actually lowering the quality of the people that are applying. And when I was going back into the high, because I left 2019 and worked for Grand Rapids Police Department for about an hour and a half before I said, check, please. And then I was unemployed for 18 months. It's a whole thing. Randy and I have talked all about it. They were very corrupt and fucked up. Not all of them. There were some good people there, but that fucking agency was crazy. And I mean, I was a punk rocker. It's not like I grew up like, I love the police. But like LAPD, we didn't get away with shit. We were so like, we had our stuff together. So I just, if you defund, you're not going to get the right people. So when I was trying to go back and after the whole summer of love bullshit, and my background investigator said, you don't really want to come back right now. I'm hiring 2 people. One of them was a felon. He says he doesn't remember anything about being arrested, going to court, convicted, sentenced, and serving 6 months in juvenile detention facility for a felony. So then he lied, which is an integrity issue. So he's a criminal with an integrity issue, and you're going to sit in the car next to that for 12 hours? Like, you and I worked with some people that I wouldn't invite to my funeral, but like, fuck. Like, the department mostly dealt with those people. Maybe not that one particular one that fucked your life up. But mostly, like, we were audited all the fucking time, especially Hollywood division. Like, every fucking day you'd go get a shop from the kit room and you'd like pop the trunk and just be like, all right, let's find it. Because, you know, there's some fucking Easter egg waiting for us here that IA dropped in the car, whether it's a nickel or a crack pipe or whatever. Like, we were always being integrity audited, which was super annoying if you're just trying to like come to work and like take bad guys off the street instead of doing a 45-minute report about how you popped your trunk and found a nickel.
Yeah, it's what they should have. These guys know better. Like the media, when they lie to you people, they know better because they have LAPD media liaisons and CHP and they explain all this stuff to these guys. And media actually knows what's going on. And what happened with the media is, I think in the 90s, they went from OJ was getting chased, their ratings went up. So they saw, I can't remember what the word is. Like when everything is super exciting, that's not even the word for it. So they started reporting like that. And then they went from that to, well, just report first. And then they went from, if it bleeds, it leads. And then they went straight to just lying to you guys. Like, I don't even have an example right now, but it'll be an incident and they know what happened. They'll lie. And then maybe a few days later, they might kind of go towards the truth. But everyone listening, you have no idea how much the media lies to you guys.
Yeah. I mean, just seeing behind the curtain and I think a lot of that was with like welfare and stuff too. Like just being a cop and seeing how humanity kind of works and how funding kind of works. And Although Jake says maybe I'll move to California to collect some of that sweet welfare. 65,000 ain't too bad for sitting on my ass. Sir, it's probably more than that now because that was like 2012 standards. And that was an average, 65,000 a year. Average.
You could make. I put my hands in this homeless guy's pockets. He was blocking traffic and beating women up, but that's not what I'm talking about. I put my hand in his pocket. He had $1,500 in his pocket, and I go, "Where'd you get this from?" He said, "I am on disability assistance, EBT. I think whipped for his girlfriend, housing, some kind of mental something, SSI, SSDI, everything." I said, "How much you make?"
Yep.
He said, "I make 85,000 and handling. I make, I think 400 a week." I said, "You see the guy in the car?" I said, "That's my partner. He's called a P1. He's a brand new officer. He makes whatever amount you just said, Molly. I think 52,000 or 40 something." I said, "You make twice as much as him." And he said, "Life is good." I'm like, "Yeah, for you sitting here on a street corner." Like, what the? So I gave him his money back, and that was it.
Red Bike says, I know how much they lie. I was in the Army.
See, yeah.
Yeah. We have a couple people from Michigan, Michiganders. Chops ITMC. I'm in the west part of cursed Michigan. I've got family in Fenville. I do like a good antique store. I like to go over there and look at some antiques. Oh my God. Last time I went to Fenville, so I brought my best friend from LAPD Academy, Jeanette, and we went to, and she had never been to Michigan before. So I'm trying to show her like Michigan and like, oh, see, it's all like cool and like little farm stands that you can just like pull up and like buy some berries and whatever. So I take her to this antique store, and Jeanette's black. I don't know, like it's one of those antique stores where like everybody has a booth. Everybody was selling like mammies and like those little like black watermelon eating fucking. I was just like, I don't know why this is all here. Cause she was just like, so this is Michigan, huh? Like, I'm sorry. But yes, you're 30 to 40 minutes from me if you know where Flint is. I go to thrift stores in Flint. I'm not afraid. And I would like to buy maybe a whole neighborhood for $45. I'm trying, don't tell Randy what Flint looks like, but you need to convince him that he needs to come to Detroit. You saw some hot little honeys when you were here.
Happy Father's Day.
I would never take him through Flint though. But dude, with your California money, moving here, you could be like the king of Flint, and you could have all kinds of rentals until they all burn down. But for a while, you probably make some good money.
Can you tell them about what it's like being a California millionaire? I was having blackouts every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
No food because I'm having blackouts. But other than that, all of this money.
Right. And you're allowed to water your lawn like every other Thursday for 2 minutes.
Right.
While Gavin Newsom is snug as a bug in his $9 million mansion with a bamboo fucking wall. I got some water. That's not 10 minutes a week. That fucking bamboo wall.
I hate to do this to you, Molly, but your State of the Union.
Oh yeah, State of the Union. Circle of One wants to know if you go surfing every day. Dude, when was the last time you went to the beach?
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, if people think you're from like Southern California and you're just like Baywatching it up, like you don't go to the beach.
No, I actually live, they'd be super surprised. There's horses next door to me and chickens. And I live probably more country than a lot of the country people watching this. Like there's Trump signs everywhere. There's American flags everywhere. All the people around here are super conservative. And which is weird because there's no police presence over here. Imagine that.
Crime, dots on the map.
Never see cops.
Does Randy hang out with David Hasselhoff? Where's my David Hasselhoff gif? Take that. And wasn't David Hasselhoff eating Burger King? Isn't that Burger King? I think he was eating Burger King when he was all drunk and he was like trying to eat the burger. And then Pammy says that she found a recipe for the Baja Fresh copycat salsa recipe. It's the Chipotle one. You will not be. I know somebody said that I can't taste it through the IV bag. You're assuming that the IV was going to go into my vein is clearly going up my butt. So I don't. You got that one wrong. Slow motion boobs running on the beach. Oh, I took all the boobs out of the chat this week. Sorry, boys. I'll extra boob it up over on Rumble next week. I just wanted to try out some new gifts. That's all. There you go. You got a good bikini. Flint isn't that bad. I'm south of Flint in Grand Blanc. Okay, I just said Grand Blanc, but then my fire chief made fun of me the other day and said it's blank. And I said, then they shouldn't have spelled it Blanc because it's not Sauvignon Blanc. That's what I say. Is it Blanc or blank? Tomato. Okay. Yes, let's talk about stupid Elon Omar and the State of the Union. I didn't watch all of it. I think I was just a little bit annoyed. The whole like sit down, all that shit, and then like you got Elon Omar who's just being a fucking savage beast, screaming like you killed people. Like, sit down. Like, would you come to my play when I'm like playing the third tree from the right and just start screaming? Like, go pick it outside, you fucking idiot. Like, have some decorum.
So I heard something. Her name's Anna Kasparian. She's from the Young Turks. They're super leftist, liberal, progressive. One thing with Anna, I don't agree with her politics, but sometimes she can actually be truthful. She said, so right-wingers heard, stand with the people, Americans, and them, Americans first, and then illegals whenever. She said the left heard, what about Freddie and what about what ICE is doing to illegals and stuff like that, which I don't agree with. If you let ICE do their jobs, there'd be no shootings, there'd be no roughing people up. It would just be they go get whomever. And do I agree with all their tactics? I'm not an ICE agent. I don't know, but I do know when you try and run them over or any of the other stuff that people are doing. Like, dude, I don't run up on cops. I don't run up on crossing guards. So that might be some of the problem. So she was kind of saying the left is looking at what she was doing in a certain way. My thing is, I think we just live in two alternate realities where the president is speaking, scream outside or on your podcast or somewhere else. You're sitting in there. What is this?
It was pretty rough. Yeah, that was pretty rough. It just, okay. It was kind of gross, but I'm going to tell you there was part of it that I kind of understood.
I'm so interested.
That's not when Rashida Tlaib was yelling KKK, because that was rude. Okay, so everybody's going USA, and she starts screaming KKK, like, sweetie, we get it. You're a Democrat. We know the whole KKK thing. Cool. Gross. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's just so gross. Okay. But then this is what I thought was a little bit gross too. So chat, you're going to have to talk me off the ledge on this one because I'm getting a little more black pill. I'm getting a little darker on this one. So they go to give this 100-year-old fighter pilot some kind of award, ribbon. Melania's sitting next to him, dutifully, like getting it and putting it around him. And, you know, the guy's very emotional. And the guy's 100 years old. He's like fought in the Medal of Honor. Yes, thank you. He's fought in every war since he's been alive. Like, this guy has given a shit about our country in a way that so he's getting the medal. and there was this whole panel that I saw later. It was a panel of Black women that were saying that like it was hideous, like it was so disgusting watching all these people get a medal. You get a medal and you get a medal. And like one of them was like New York rep Yvette, whatever the hell her name is, Clark or something. And they're making fun of the old man, like, oh, why should he get a medal? And like that he didn't like do anything to deserve it. And it's like, listen, you cunts. And first of all, old people, you know how I feel about old people. Like, I don't care if 100-year-old made a good poopy today. I will stand and I will fucking clap for that person. Like, that's what you do. But then Trump wants everyone to stand up for Irina Zarutsky's mom, because Irina Zarutsky was killed by some fucking criminal asshat on a subway. And to me, it was just kind of gross. Like, the State of the Union should be like, hey, this is where America is at, and this is where America, I want it to go. So I get that it's like a snapshot of like where we're at, and there is a lot of crime and a lot of gross stuff. But I don't know that you drag the mom of a dead girl on to have everybody stand. It just seemed kind of like performative, like, let's get some votes. Let me use this like horrible tragedy to make me look better, to try to get people more interested in crime.
I can speak to the military part. So for normal people, and when I say normal, I just mean independents, like they don't know who their state rep is. For normal people, right-wing and conservative, when you hear Raven Stunning, I think of the army guy that's in our chat. To me, that's Raven Stunning. I have no idea what he did, but he signed that paper and he was like, Mom, Dad, I'm going away for however long, 2 years, 4 years, 20 years, whatever. That's Raven Stunning to me. The women who said, oh, it's disgusting that the 100-year-old is getting, for them, Raven Stunning is me putting on lipstick and miniskirt. That's their idea of Raven Stunning. So, like I said, we live in these two different worlds where, oh my God, it's so awesome that you're living your authentic self. And for me and you, I'm proud of you as your detective, LAPD, firefighter, all that stuff. So it's just two different worlds. As far as what happened with the young lady, I think it's kind of speaks more to, listen, you guys did a bunch of crazy stuff. You know what? I'm completely wrong. Because I'm thinking that it was an illegal that had killed her, and it was
just some criminal. Yeah, it was just some lawless dude.
Yeah. So.
And then Trump's like, "How do you not stand?" But it's like you're also like parading this like crying woman, and I don't remember how he like exactly worded it, but it was something like, and then she got stabbed or whatever. And it's like, as a mom, it's like, what if your daughter got like sexually assaulted in an alley and he stuck it in again? And it's like, okay, do we really need to like go the blow by blow here? Like, we get it. Something terrible happened. It's kind of gross to like puppet her out to the whole, I don't know. I just thought, like, to me, I felt really uncomfortable about it. And like, I don't know that like I stand and clap for her, like, congratulations, your daughter was murdered. Like, that was just kind of really, it was just kind of gross to me.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to hear what the chat has to say. Like, what's their view on? Because I really don't have a view of.
Lily says Trump does tend to be overly graphic. Every president since 1982 has recognized ordinary citizens in State of the Union. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great, and to like America and to have the like hockey players over and like feel good. Like, it should be more of an American rally and less of like rubbing our nose in like the chaos and crime that's currently plaguing us. And then just to graphically talk about how she was stabbed. I don't remember exactly how he worded it, Lily, but it was something like, and she was stabbed and then stabbed again, and she was stabbed so deep or something. It was just like, God, that's really graphic. Like, I mean, I'm a cop and I've seen people like die in my face. Like, I don't know, but it wasn't my daughter. And like, it just seemed kind of like using her and the misery of what happened to try to push his, like, look what I'm doing, or look, we need more help, or I don't know. He was talking about all the blood. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I worked major assault crimes, and it's you have to be very tender about the way that you talk about stuff with people that have been through some really crazy shit. Before I was a cop, I had a boyfriend that was robbed on the LA subway, and he lost his eye sockets, his sinus cavity, his jaw was broken, he lost pieces of every single tooth, his collarbone was broken, like it was a whole disaster. And this was before I became a cop. And so when I became a cop, the psych test was asking me like if I had ever seen anything like horrific or something. I don't know how it came up, but I was like, yeah, I mean, I helped my boyfriend through all of that, and the maxillofacial specialist, and his jaw wired shut and everything. And he made it, although he turned even worse into an alcoholic afterwards. And then he married a teenager after I kicked him out of my apartment. But as I'm describing the wounds to the psychologist, she's got tears in her eyes. Like, I don't know what she had been through, but then I felt like I had to kind of police what I was saying, because it seemed like I was making the psychologist upset. And like, it was really upsetting. It was like awful, but it had been a couple of years between that and applying for LAPD. And so, like, yeah, you can just really rattle off all those injuries because it's not that like fresh and emotional anymore. But I don't know, like the mom is there, and
but Molly, one thing and I know is we had to learn that empathy, because there's just this detached, whatever you want to call it, and I don't think Trump had that person that said, whoa, slow down. That's the mom right there that you're explaining this tragedy to. Because I've done it too. This guy got shot in the behind. I spoke to him. He gets on the ambulance, and I call my partner, and he's like, you're on speakerphone. I'm like, oh, he's dead. I'm in front of his girlfriend. He's dead, sir. It's like, and all I can hear is her crying. When you get back, we're going to have a long talk. And I had to learn, like, dude, this is the person's family member, their friends, their wives, their girlfriends, or whatever. It's like, so I actually didn't see that part. So that's kind of why I'm going off of what you're saying, and my thoughts on it are, I don't know what to think.
Yeah, it's a clip that was shared quite a bit to make the Democrats look so evil, because he says, like, how could you not stand? But also, like, what am I standing for? To clap for her? Because, like, yay, your daughter's killed, and now you get to go to the State of the Union address? Now you're VIP. Like, it just seemed kind of... But so last year, I mean, they didn't stand for the 100-year-old veteran. And he was World War II, Korea, Vietnam. He should have gotten the medal years ago. I agree with you, Red Bike. But they did, remember like the little kid last time that was like, just wanted to be a police officer, and like he was just such a sweet little thing. And is that parading a kid around because like, oh, this will get their hearts going? Like, I just don't like all of that manipulation. It just seems kind of, it seems kind of manipulative.
There was a lady who was missing. I think her name's Guthrie or something like that. And
yeah, her mom.
I was kind of like, why her? There's so many people go missing. But am I being mean? Like, isn't she important? She's somebody's mom. My thing was, why not everybody else? But it's like someone in the chat just said, you recognize certain citizens. You can't recognize everyone, so you pick some people and you
Yeah, I do think that is like a case that is like so talked about. I mean, she's 84. It's very unusual for her to be kidnapped. They haven't gotten any kind of real information from somebody that's like, I actually took her and I want the ransom money or pay me this money. It's been a very odd case. It's been odd. And a little bit of it sniffs of the John Benet Ramsey case, because there's just a lot of shit as an investigator that has closed down crime scenes where I'm like, why did they do that? Why did they do that? And that could be because, so if somebody gets kidnapped, it's not necessarily an FBI case, but the moment that there's ransom, it's an FBI case. Doesn't matter what jurisdiction it's in. But if it's just a murder and they took her body, and then it's not an FBI case, then it would go to the homicide detectives of whatever the jurisdiction is. And so there was like blood, and then there's these like videos, and then that also brings up, so I think she had used like the Nest system, and she hadn't been paying for the Nest system anymore. But Nest was still taking that information that was still being recorded. It's still like in their back area, which makes other people go like, fuck, I didn't know that my Nest was still recording or available or whatever. And then there was just a bunch of snafus where they showed like another video of a guy, and they said it was the same night, but then it was like, well, he's not wearing the backpack. And then they said, oh, no, I don't know where you got that information from. It's a totally different night. And I guess this is my problem with like most of my investigations. The vast majority of my investigations were not on the internet. Every once in a while, you would get a case where it was a celebrity's house or something, and it would make the news. But we didn't go to the people for regular shit. I would make crime alerts for other cops to look at, and I would look at other cops' crime alerts and be like, oh, I fucking know that guy. That's whoever. I just almost said a gangster's name. That's whoever. And so then you would help each other with cases, but we didn't like go to the news at 5:00 every day and be like, we're looking for this Honda Odyssey, license plate number, blah, blah, blah. Like that just doesn't happen. And I feel like there's like a whole shift going on right now where like the police, and I don't know if it's defunding or just like this societal shift that we have where we're giving evidence over to the people before we've even solved the case. And all that's going to do is like, it can fuck your case. My job as a detective was to get that conviction. And so you start putting things out into the news, that could have been the holdback information I needed in my interrogation, so that admission is actually a confession. So I get a conviction so that I can do something with that killer so he doesn't kill your mom or somebody else's mom. So I think I don't understand this need to spread everything out like the Epstein files for mommy sleuths to figure out in their fucking kitchen. Like, I'm not a fan of it.
Well, I think what happened societally was we're no longer a community. So I don't care what happened to so-and-so's daughter. It's not my daughter. Well, if I care about the 10 daughters on my street, there's 10 other dads looking out for there's 9 other guys looking out for my daughter, as opposed to just me and my daughter looking out for each other. And that's what we've moved away from. Like people are like, wasn't my kids, so I'm still with, I don't care what this group of people does or this religion does. If they hurt somebody, I care more about that religion or that group of people than I care about your safety or your property. I think that's what's happening. And yeah, back to the police thing. I think cops are like, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'll get there when I get there. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's a mentality of you being at risk of getting in trouble, getting there while there's a suspect there. And for your side, what you said with the investigation part is, I don't know what that's about. That's crazy to me. Like, oh, we're looking for, they're looking for so-and-so. I'm going to go kill again.
Right. Or this is the information that they have on me. But I can have plausible deniability because now I can have my alibi for blah, blah, blah. When I call people in for an interrogation, like I don't necessarily tell them why I'm talking to them about stuff. If I say, like I had one case, it was a stalker. And I said, it was a weird stalking case. He pretended to be some other guy stalking his ex-girlfriend saying, if you don't get back together with so-and-so, I'm going to do this, that, and the other to you. Like, it didn't make sense. So anyway, I call the guy in who's pretending to be some guy named Mike on the fucking internet. And I talk to this kid and I'm like, oh, so what do you do for a living? Blah, blah, blah. And so even though it seems very conversational, that I'm interested and that I'm asking him unrelated questions, it was all totally related because he's telling me that he is a personal trainer. And then when I start asking him, like, let's talk about your friend because your friend's been writing your ex and all this stuff. Tell me about your friend because, like, he could be in trouble for sending this stuff. Oh, yeah, I don't know very much about him. Like, how long have you been friends? Oh, a while. Like, okay, cool. So tell me about your friend. Like, describe him. Is he black, white, Hispanic, Asian, blah, blah, blah? Like, I don't really know. Like, okay, well, is he like fat, skinny, blah, blah. I don't really know. It's like, you just said you're a personal trainer and you don't know the difference between fat and skinny. Like, it's like, you don't want to just come out and go, bro, I know you're the one who sent the emails because then I'm not going to get that good information. But Pammy says both the Sheriff's Department and FBI screwed up the investigation from the beginning. And I agree with you. They closed down and like, look, just like with the Charlie Kirk thing, I'm not going to get wrapped around the axle that they all of a sudden decided to completely remodel the quad and like rip up shit and like stuff happens. And as somebody who has had to, hold things for search warrants and get forensic evidence and stuff, once I've taken pictures, then and gotten whatever forensic evidence that I need from it, I don't need to rope it off for the rest of mankind. And I think the thought behind letting it go was, first of all, the police are like, okay, we've gotten all the information we need. This is just the Charlie Kirk thing. And then I can understand that the school would say, listen, we don't need a bunch of fuckers coming over to this area of the quad and causing more chaos and, taking pictures, pretending to be shot or people like putting flowers out, both sides. We don't need that kind of shit. Let's just do a little switcheroony and put grass where there was concrete and peanut butter in the chocolate and chocolate in the peanut butter. And so I kind of understand why they did it. And I also understand why they released it because you can take measurements. You don't need to like save that piece of concrete, Although then as we started going into exploding Mike theories and everything, it's like, shit, could there have been like little chads all over the ground of little tiny like microplastics that could have shown that that was the case? Yeah, there are. But like if at that moment we thought lone shooter on a roof, we have the evidence, so they're not going to hold a piece of concrete ad infinitum. But for this lady's home, that's a lot easier to lock down than a whole college campus. And they released that within like a day or two, and they called off the search within like a day. And then they just went up and put up no trespassing signs there because some team, I forgot their name, but they do digs for bodies in Mexico because the cartel is always like, hiding bodies fucking everywhere. And it's like, oh, you lost your kid, you lost your wife, like we'll go look for them. And they do these digs. And they actually went on to Miss Guthrie's property and they were digging in the fucking yard looking for the mom. It'd be highly unlikely that she would have been buried and hidden that way and covered over to the point where the next day when they were like looking for her, that they weren't like, oh, what's this weird, like freshly dug grave? So unlikely, but I think the overall shock for me is this need for private citizens to go in and police actual crime scenes when we used to have like law enforcement for that shit. But then you look at people like Kash Patel and Pam Bondi and it's like, do your job. Like fucking like, I don't know. I'd probably be yelling like, fucking do your job. And I think that, in my opinion, and maybe you have a different opinion, Randy, but I think that they both wanted to do their job and then got the job, and then they were brought behind the velvet curtain, and whatever they fucking saw in that little manila envelope that was slid across the table, they were like, oh, okay, I get it now. Yes, I understand. And now they're just like, well, nothing to see here. It's just, there aren't any files.
So Molly, do you think we're not smart enough to handle whatever's going on? Because there's aliens and all this other crazy stuff they tell us, and we're like, okay. Do they think we're gonna all freak out when we find out that I don't know what's going on. I can't even begin to guess. But maybe, hey, here's what's going on with the files. It's because blah 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 is gonna happen if we let you guys know. Okay. They might be surprised. Like, we might be smart enough to handle it.
But I also just think you're fucking up investigation. Look at Epstein. Like, that's wrong. And just because somebody's name is in it, and like, thank God you got stupid names in it, like Elvis and shit, where it's just like, God, yeah, just because your name is in it doesn't mean shit. I mean, I've had cases where, yeah, I knocked on the door of Randy Agard and he said he had no video and didn't hear nothing. Then I went over to Agard Randy's house and he said, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It doesn't mean that you were involved in the investigation, like just because a name is there. And I think we all want, well, I would say we all want closure, but apparently some people don't. But I think there's enough people that want to see justice done for a lot of stuff. And
well, Whoopi Goldberg said, Trump's name is in there. He should be getting dragged in front of court, and they should be doing this to him and doing that to him.
Fine.
And then they're like, your name's in there too. Then they said, your name's in there too. And then she goes, well, just because someone's name is in there, that, like, if you guys didn't have double standards, you'd have no standards. It's like,
yeah, it's super embarrassing. And I think, and I've always said, well, always, like for the last 5 minutes since the whole Epstein thing, but if the left is so convinced that Trump is a perv, fine, maybe he is, then that's every bit of a reason why you want to prosecute every single crime that's in there. And for Pam Bondi to say, oh, it was just a bunch of child porn, like he was just downloading like hundreds of files, like every single one of those videos is a fresh crime with a fresh victim and potentially extra suspects. And even if it was a video he downloaded of some dude in Poughkeepsie or Iceland or wherever, Jupiter, it's still a crime. And you like, so this investigation we thought had to do with Epstein Island, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out it was just a ring full of like all this data that people were sharing. And so now we've turned it over to our data dudes. And we have this new AI program that can search through these images. And based off the images, they can come up with similar backgrounds and suspects and victims so that we can use AI to find some fucking disgusting people. No, instead you've got nothing to see here. There were no files. The binders we handed out, they were empty. There was nothing in them.
Well, Molly, one of the big problems left, liberal, progressive is they're like, if Trump's guilty, yeah, sure, no problem, arrest all of them. They're also like, if Trump is not guilty, we don't care. We don't care about the victims. We don't care about who victimized these girls. Move on. Let's. And you can't. That's not justice. Justice is not, oh, I don't like you. You hurt some girls. You need to go to prison. You hurt some girls. I really don't have any feelings about you. It is what it. Whatever. Like, you gotta. Those were real girls that were on that island that were. Like, Jesus Christ, went through horror. And you're like, Trump's not on there. Let's move on and let's catch something else.
And it's the selective outrage of like, I only want you to investigate one name on the list. Like, we get it. You hate the orange man. Like, I've seen all this shit online about orange man and like, wasn't his hair like super pink? Like, I mean, you dye your hair pink. I don't make fun of you. Like, but it's just like bias has no place in our society. If Trump did nasty shit, let's deal with him. Throw him in a fucking hole. I don't care. And then if you also, while you're investigating that, find out that all your celebrity fucktards that you guys all fawn over also did some disgusting shit, I expect them to be in the same fucking hole. I just think that this bias it's not serving us. And you've got, these people that are just like, dude, you're not here for America. And when Trump said during the State of the Union, like, if you want America, if you want to put America first, like, stand up. And like, dude, like,
Yeah, I mean,
how do you not stand? You work for America. That's like if you worked at Burger King and like, if you want Burger King to succeed and not get shut down next week, stand up. Like, I don't know about that. I'm just gonna fuck you. Like, you work for America. Like, how are you not rooting for your paycheck?
Molly, I haven't been a cop.
Odd.
I have not been a cop in 2014, 12 years. I had police stuff up. I have my American flag stuff up. You're you're representative. And here's the thing, these people, they hate America. Let's stop playing games. We don't hate America. Dude, they hate the parts of America that make America amazing, like freedom of speech, freedom of movement. They don't mind the media. They don't mind injustice and stuff like that. They're good with all that stuff. They're good with fraud. They're good with crime. Like anything evil, I bet they go to barbecues with the devil. Like these people are just, whatever the bad thing is, they're on the side of that. And oh god.
Yeah, it is. It's awkward to watch them yell KKK. Is a little much.
They vote
Okay, let's get
like
caught up with the chat because we're over 2 hours already. You and I.
Yeah. I gotta go.
Okay, so
Circle K.
Lily says he was talking about all the blood, very graphic. Artist 61 on Pilled says his point was about the judges that let these criminals out after 32 arrests. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree that it should be a topic. Is it State of the Union to parade this mom around and ask people to clap for her was awkward. Lily says it was also probably elicited the very deep grief and the mother was showing, which enhanced the emotional response he wanted about the release of illegal criminals after these horrific crimes. I agree with that. It was like, it was meant to emotionally manipulate us. And I just think like, I don't know. And then Pammy says in the chat up there that even Erica was like crying in the stands. Like, have you noticed that she's gotten better about crying? Or is that just me? Like she's getting better. It's like she's working on it. It's going to be believable any minute now. I think the majority of us on Pilled are used to decoding what POTUS does to get people awake. So maybe it's a little more hardened to his tactic. Curious Cat says they got paid off. Lily 2417. It's also not on the news 24/7 for weeks, so it looks like a distraction from something or a breadcrumb to something we should be noticing. Get General Flynn's book, Intro into 5G. You might really get to know what's going on with these things. Curious Cat, a lot of people are resigning, and I'm not sure what they did. Yeah, I want to see, can I just take a peek behind the velvet curtain to see like what these people are seeing, that they're resigning and changing their tune after they get the job. And like, I just want to like give some truth serum to Dan Bongino and be like, what'd they tell you? I need to know everything. The list of names released is without context, therefore worse than useless. It's a distraction. Totally, Chops. I totally agree with you. I mean, you got Elvis on there, so it's garbage. I still encounter people that are at the it's a Democrat hoax stage of denialism. Yep. And then Pammy over on YouTube says CNN was just sold to a Trump-loving billionaire. CNN employees are freaking the F out. Now they got to do actual journalism. I mean, we'll see. I mean, Fox doesn't like Trump, but they seem to be pretty fair, and hopefully CNN will kind of mellow out. But I mean, journalism, like shit, we grew up with Real News and then Bat Boy on the Weekly World News. And now everything is kind of Bat Boy. And we all share information at places like this. So Well, I wanted to get into the snowballs at NYPD, but Mondami's an asshole, and he said it was kids that did it, and like, roll the tape. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was stupid. Oh, I had a tape of something that I was going to show. Whatever. I don't remember anymore.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week. Well, guys, I guess we will keep going on Pill. We've made some new friends tonight. You guys are totally rad. I'm here every Friday from 8 p.m. Michigander time on the Mitten, usually for a couple hours, but me and my bestie do tend to talk, but you and I could be on the phone for like the next 10 fucking hours about everything on earth, so we'll let everybody go to bed. Thanks, Randy. Everybody give a like wherever you're at, or a red pill, to welcome my bestie Randy back on the planet. Welcome back to California.
Gracias.
I can sell your house and move into my monster basement. It's going to be very cool, Randy. You'll like it. Thank you guys. Nighty night. Have a wonderful rest of your week, Pammy. You too. All right. Love everybody. I got to figure out what this pilled situation was, what Pammy was saying, because I don't know how to do that, whatever it is. So, yeah. Thanks, friend. I will talk to you. I got ice rescue training. It's icy here in Michigan, and I get to go in the water tomorrow morning. So that's going to be fun to get rescued. Help me, help me. I stood in the wrong line is basically what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I stood in the wrong line. But, all right, everybody, be safe and stay toasty wherever you're at. We're in the home stretch of winter, and the flowers will be out soon enough. All right, here is our end intro, whatever, our end video by Ben McMillan. Rock and fucking roll.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only